Hey, what's up? It's your boy CFX. I just want to run through real quick. I was able to finish the new Galactic Challenge Tier 7 with some pretty low gear Imperial Troopers, so to maybe help some other people out, I'll walk through that for you a little bit. It's really mostly important to just make sure you get the mechanic right and understand the turn order, but I'll show you here right now. Really, my Vader is relic 7, so that has a little bit to do with it. You could probably do it a little bit lower, but more or less, you definitely need him to be relicked, and you need that damage from him. Either you want crit damage or just a high offense. But the rest of these troopers, you know, after Death Trooper here, it wasn't even worth showing anybody's mods because they're just really garbage and not very special at all. Now, Piet is the only exception to that. He's a little bit, you know, modded at least decently for him being 5 stars. But other than that, you just got to run through. You just got to make sure a few things run in your favor, first of all. So you probably have to do this a few times. But the first thing you need is you have to have Vader survive. And then in general, you ideally don't want Sith Trooper to start off with his, you know, anything other than that right there. You want that AoE to kind of kill everybody except for Vader. If he does something else, a few other things can work in your favor, like if Hux somehow attacks first, that's ideal. That's the best thing, and it's almost going to be a guaranteed win if you follow through with everything else. But for Sith Trooper to go and for him to use his AoE, that'll death mark him, so now you're stuck between either the taunt or the death mark, and you've got to choose who to hit. But the good thing here is with this mechanic you've got going in this Galactic Challenge, if you use a full Empire squad with some Imperial Troopers, then you'll just keep calling assists every time your leader uses a special ability. So Vader being in the lead and Vader being relicked and, you know, having high damage output and having also a lot of special abilities he can use, especially with that new Zeta on Merciless Massacre, so that'll keep calling a lot of assists. So what you want here is, you know, that first turn went pretty well, and now I just went through it. I made sure I did a special ability right there on Kylo, or KRU. What you ideally want there is this summoned trooper over here that you get. If he, on his basic, has a 50% chance to stun, so ideally, in a perfect world, he would have stunned Kylo right there, but he didn't, and it still kind of worked out. So I was kind of looking around. You really want to probably target First Order Stormtrooper next. Again, if Hux isn't the one with the death mark, because First Order Stormtrooper can cause a lot of counterattacking to go on, and he'll just wipe you out. So I went ahead and I did an AoE next on First Order Stormtrooper, finally landed the stun, which is good, but the other good thing is with that AoE from Vader, it can't be countered. So I knew that even if it didn't work out, they wouldn't have a mass counterattack on me. So next, I was just looking at my last special ability over here, and it's pretty much a guaranteed kill at this point because Sith Trooper is death marked, so I was kind of torn between those two, but I decided to go for it and just kill Sith Trooper, get him out of the way. And now it's 2 basic abilities. On the next 2, they could counter that, but ideally they don't, and so it went perfect right there. Neither of them countered. And then I got an extra ability right here to, after that last basic, we're going to use another special ability here to hopefully get the stun with all those assists, and it worked out perfect. At this point, if you can get to this point, you can clear it. So you will have to rerun it a few times, maybe even watch this video back or check a couple other videos, but this is the only one I know of that actually explains a little bit of what's going on. I think other people are just kind of getting lucky, but for the most part, if you land that stun here, you're going to be stuck behind this taunt, and just don't call AoEs outside of Vader because they usually can be countered. Make sure they can't be countered, and you're pretty well good. So just the fact that I'm stuck here behind this taunt, and you have this special trooper over here, he's able to use an AoE that clears everything. But if he didn't for some reason, you'd still be good because KRU is stunned and he can't counter back. So it's pretty much smooth sailing from this point forward. You really want to kill Hux as soon as possible. So use just one-shot abilities if I can, and then right here, perfect shot for the opportunity to kill Kylo. And then the Snow Trooper here, I was really thinking about using that AoE, but if I would have done that, Hux would have killed Vader for sure, because Vader has the auto taunt because of the mechanic, and he also has the death mark. He would have killed Vader immediately. He would have countered that and killed him. So went ahead and just used a basic on a stunned, and then it's smooth sailing, like I said. Until we can get back around, avoid that AoE. Do not use that AoE that I had on Piet here. Or do. I guess I was wrong. Couldn't remember what I did. Luckily, it wasn't countered. So I got some extra RNG right there. And yeah, just gonna kill Hux, and we're good. I'm not gonna use the basic on him. We want to use the extra damage we got with the opportunity to also use the Culling Blade afterwards if needed. So there it goes. Then it's tier 7, and then right after this I was able to run it again, and I got the same exact result. And that was after running it back and forth a bunch of times, trying to get the perfect run with a bunch of different squads I was using, and none of them really worked. So there it is, you know, just in case you were struggling. That was technically a perfect run because all of the units were still surviving at the end. So that was a full team of Empire units, and that was also a battle without losing a unit. So as long as you have probably a relic Vader, you can pretty much run through this. And yeah, we're good to go. So have a good time.